G'day guys, it's Tim Guest here, Australia's leading financial educator and managing director of Infinite Wealth. Hope everyone's having a great day, whether it's your first time tuning in, welcome along, or you're a long time follower. Thanks for supporting us. We'd love to get your interaction, your likes, loves, anchories, questions, comments. So please, jump in the mix. I'm going to share some really valuable information with you today. All we ask in return is that you share this with your friends and family, keeps me motivated to do these videos, and of course enables us to build a bigger audience. I'm coming at you live from Rome Fiumicino Airport. Spent the last couple of days in Rome here before jetting off. We're going to be cruising around Europe, primarily around the Mediterranean region. I'm very much looking forward to it and enjoying the sunshine and enjoying a couple of weeks or 3 or 4 weeks of break before we head back into the end of the year and knock out the rest of 2018. Like I said, what we're here to talk to you about today is Perth and the recovery that is really building in Perth. You don't want to be late to this party. Look, obviously I'm West Australian born and bred. We've got a lot of our clients are located in Perth, so I want to make sure you guys are fully informed about exactly what's happening. And look, it can be a little bit difficult to separate your feelings from the reality, particularly when you work and live in an area, but you want to, obviously successful investors base their decision on numbers and not on their feelings. So let's talk exactly about the numbers. Look, like I said, Perth is definitely in its recovery. If we look at the last 7 surveys and the results in terms of suburbs that have increasing sales activity, what we call growth markets, and look, this is the best way to indicate how a market is going. You don't want to necessarily pay attention to median house prices because they're not an accurate reflection of how a market's going. You want to look at the increasing sales activity and whether it's increasing, decreasing, stagnating. That's the best way to see how whether things are getting busy and there's a greater demand in an area. And look, over the last 7 surveys, what we've seen is we've seen an increase from 0 growth markets in Perth 7 surveys ago to 4 growth to 12 to 31 to 42 to 39. And now back up to 45. So you can definitely see the strength in that Perth property market. But let's get on to talking about the different regions and the top 5 regions I would see in Perth if you're looking to invest. Now keep in mind, we're just talking about areas here, right? You got to successfully invest, you've got to think about the right kind of strategy as well, whether you're talking about buying subdividable blocks, established housing, whether you're doing development strategies, positively geared apartments, so this is forgetting the strategy. You've got to find the strategy that's going to suit you as an investor, and that's something that we obviously help our clients with quite a lot. But let's just talk about the suburbs and the areas and what is offering the best prospects at the moment. So number 1, City of Joondalup. Okay, we're talking strong amenities and services. Obviously, it's the second major economic region in the Perth metropolitan area. It's got great road and rail links to the CBD. Huge population growth up in that Joondalup area. Close to the beaches. And it's got great economic facilities in terms of things like health, education, medical. This is what underpins this as being the number 1 region. And in fact, what we're seeing right now is there's several suburbs in that region that are growth markets. Okay, so really strong Joondalup, great population growth, economic performance. That's why it's coming in at number 1. All right, number 2, City of Stirling. So we're staying north at the moment. Once again, you've got that kind of beachside lifestyle, very, very popular with the younger population, I guess 20s to 40s. World-renowned Scarborough Beach. You've got trendy bars, cafes, pubs, that kind of stuff. That's really what's drawing a lot of people to that area. Plus, very close to the CBD. And good transport links. Now we've got currently 10 suburbs in that region are growth markets, so once again fantastic performance so far, and it's really kind of leading the way here in Perth. We're now going to head south and we're going to talk about the City of Cockburn. City of Cockburn, probably the thing that really signifies the City of Cockburn, previously highly industrial based area, but what we've seen is a lot of rezoning in this region, which has then subsequently seen huge population growth, and of course very good locality and close to Fremantle, which is an economic powerhouse in itself. The state government is spending $3.6 billion on improving the rail links to the CBD in Fremantle and even the Perth airport. 3 new train stations going into this City of Cockburn region. North Key G is a great example of this. 15 over the next 15 to 20 years, we've got 5,000 households slated for that area, and key upgrades to the Port Coogee Marina. Once again, fantastic region, really well located. and offering some great prospects for the future. Now, we're going to stay south, but we're going to come a little bit closer to the city, and we're going to start talking about the city of Melbourne. Once again, really, really great location. Very close to Fremantle, which I said before was like that economic powerhouse there. Probably the main thing that's going to feed Freo and the Melbourne area is the $1.6 billion Perth freight link. Billions of dollars being spent in that area. And also Murdoch as well. There's some really great economic opportunities around Murdoch, particularly with, once again, education and health, okay? So this is going to continue, Murdoch is going to continue to grow with the residential development and the new transport links in that area, and that's what has this coming in at number 4. All right, we're now up to number 5, all right? So we're going to go back north and we're going to talk about the city of Wanneroo. Wanneroo is actually one of my favourites for this whole, or for the whole Perth market, okay? So, once again, used to be kind of like a semi-rural kind of area, but we've seen massive population growth. It's now, over the past 10 years, we've seen 177,000 new residents move to that area. So that was what makes it the fastest growing municipality in Western Australia. Ultimately, it's destined to house 363,000 residents, which, to give you just a little bit of a perspective on that, we're talking the same kind of size as the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. Okay, it's very popular with young families. We're seeing quite a significant demographic shift in that area, and of course you've got the growing industrial areas which continue to provide jobs and economic performance. And the great thing is you can get into these areas for anywhere between the $300,000 to $400,000 mark. So a very cheap area that you can invest in with very, very strong prospects. Some people have been a little bit concerned about the vacancy rates in that area. Some of the vacancy rates have sat above 4%, but we've already seen these vacancy rates reduced down to 3.5%, and that's certainly trending in the right direction. So once again, some excellent prospects for the future. All right, so look, that rounds out my top 5 in terms of the top 5 regions for Perth. Perth is certainly coming off the bottom of its cycle. In terms of the property clock, if you're familiar with that concept, I think we're definitely sitting at the 7 mark now, which is particularly the time to buy. Doesn't overshadow certainly Brisbane. Brisbane is right in the middle of its upswing, and of course we know with Sydney and Melbourne markets, they've come off the top, so they're entering their downturn, but we'll probably only see that for a couple of years before they return to growth markets. But guys, that's pretty much it for me. Wish me all luck on my holiday. It's going to be a belter of a time. I'm going to come back probably fat and suntanned, which is as all good holidays should do. I might keep tuning in and doing a few videos if the feel strikes me. But I hope you guys have a great week and look forward to talking to you soon. Once again, just a final reminder before you go, please share this video with your friends and family so that we can continue to build a bigger audience. And of course, they can get the benefit of the value of the content, and it just keeps me motivated doing this stuff, guys. So thanks a lot for tuning in. Have a great week. Speak to you all soon. Ciao.